Morning children. New chapter we are going to start chapter 8 quadrilateral. The word quad shows that 4 and lateral means a side. So quadrilateral means how many sides? 4 sides only. Now you can see that real life many examples. See here you can see some figures. How many sides are there? In this also we can see 4 sides. Here also we can see 4 sides, and moreover both are closed figure. So quadrilateral is a closed figure formed by the 4 sides only. So what we understand from this one means a figure formed by joining 4 points in an order is called a quadrilateral. What is the definition of a quadrilateral? Says a figure formed by joining 4 points. A figure formed by joining 4 points in an order is called a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral has how many sides? A quadrilateral has 4 sides. 4 sides, 4 angles and 4 vertices and 2 diagonals also. Let us take this diagram only A, B, C, D. So how many sides we are getting? Sides means we are getting that A, B, B, C and C, D and D. I'll write here A, B sides is equal to A, B, B, C, C, D, D. In an order we are telling either clockwise or anti-clockwise we have to keep. Now we are taking for vertices. So all the points A, comma B, comma C, comma D. Next angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D also. With the 3 letter also we can write, but a simplified manner we are using angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D only. Now diagonals. Diagonals means what? Opposite vertices should join. So when we are taking B and opposite vertices is D only. So if you join this one, BD is called a diagonal. So one diagonal is BD, another diagonal is AC. So we got how many sides? 4 sides. How many vertices? 4 vertices. How many angles? 4 angles. How many diagonals we got? 2 diagonals. Now B we are taking C and A are called adjacent vertices. If C we are taking B and D respectively, D we are taking C and A, like that we can call the adjacent vertices. When we are going for the diagonals, opposite vertices to be joined, right? So like this we are getting the diagram. Lower classes we have already studied this one. The same thing only we are learning here. Why we study quadrilateral? Look around you and you will find so many objects which are of the shape of the quadrilateral. The floor, the walls, ceilings, windows of your classroom, the blackboards, each face of the duster, each page of the book, the top of your study table. Some of the figures are given below also. All these objects we can see that the shape of the quadrilateral only. This chapter we are going to study more about quadrilateral and especially parallelograms. Next theorem only, angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Already we have studied about angle sum property of a triangle. Now we have to study about the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Angle sum property of the quadrilateral. The sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. What is the sum of all the angles of a triangle? It is 180. Now what we are going to study? The sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. It is a theorem for you. So we have to follow all the geometrical steps. The sum already we told the statement. Now we have to prove. So we are writing what is given in the question. What is given? A quadrilateral is given. So a quadrilateral ABCD is given. Okay, now when you are writing quadrilateral, there is no need of writing full. We can write a QUAD dot ABCD, or we can go for small diagram like this and then we can write ABCD also short. So a quadrilateral ABCD is the given part. To prove all the angles sum is equal to 360 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equal to 360 degree. Even if you want, you can mark as a 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equal to 180 degree. 360 degree. Now for this question, we need construction. What is the construction means? We should join one of the diagonals. We should join one of the diagonals, either AC or BD. So join AC as the construction step. Okay, now the 1 we are writing here means I can change this as a 1 divided into 2 parts. Already 2 and 4 I marked here, so I'll write here 1 and then 5 here. Similarly 3 and 6, 2 parts we are getting is divided into 2 parts. So proof I'll go now. So which are the two triangles we are getting? By joining the diagonal, you can see that the quadrilateral ABCD is divided into two triangles, which are the triangle ABC and as well as triangle ACD, right? So in triangle ABC, can I write angle 5 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180? See, we join the diagonal AC, so it is divided into two triangles. So triangle ABC we are taking first the below part, that is this other side of the diagonal. 5 plus 2 plus 3 equal to 180 degree. That is equation number 1. Similarly, in triangle ACD, which is the angles angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 6 equal to 180 degree. Now you know that we have to prove 360 degree only. So 180 and 180 if we add, we will get 360 degree only. So what is the reason I should write here angle sum property we should write. But this time angle sum property of the triangle we have used as a reason, right? Now we are adding 1 plus 2 gives what is the sum here? Angle 5 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus the left side we will get angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 6 equal to 180 plus 180. So we got a 360 on the right side. So 360 degree we will get here. Now angle 2 and angle 4 are it's complete angle only. So I'll write here angle 2 and then angle 4. There is no change for that one. Now angle 5 and 5 and 1 I'll group together. So angle 5 plus angle 1. Here which is the remaining angles? Angle 3 plus angle 6 we have to group together. So angle 5 plus 1, if you see the figure, it will be angle A. Then angle 2 means angle B, angle 4 means angle D only. Now 3 and 6 if we combine, what is the angle we are getting? Angle C. So this will be equal to 360 degree. That is angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equal to 360 degree. So what is the conclusion? Sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So what is given in the question? A quadrilateral is given, that is given part ABCD. What we should prove? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. What is the constructions we want? Join AC. So angle A is divided into two parts 1 and 5 and 6 is divided into two parts 3 and 6. Now we have to get by joining the diagonal. Any one of the diagonal is sufficient for here. So we join the diagonal AC only. So we are getting two triangles. What are the names? ABC, ACD. So ABC if we are taking angle 5 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equal to 180 degree. And the triangle ACD if we consider which are the three angles will come? Angle 1, angle 4 and angle 6. It is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of the triangle. Now if we add both, what is the right side? Right side we will get the answer 360 degree. But left side what will happen? Angle 5 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 6 equal to 360 degree. Now you combine angle 5 and angle 1. See, because the angle A is divided into two parts, that is 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 we are grouping together. Angle 5 plus angle 1 will get angle 2 and angle 4 are complete angle. Similarly 3 and 6 we will make together. So instead of angle 5 and angle 1 we can write angle A and angle B and angle D. Instead of angle 3 and angle 6 we can write angle C. Therefore angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. Therefore the sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral equal to 360 degree. This is one of the important theorem. Now we have to study about the types of quadrilateral. Already you have studied in the lower classes. Still we will check the definition of the quadrilaterals. First one is a trapezium. In trapezium, one pair of opposite side of the quadrilateral is parallel. So first of all, it should be quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite side is parallel. So by seeing the figure itself, you can make out a PQ parallel to SR. So how many pair of sides is parallel here? One pair. So that type of the quadrilateral is called a trapezium. Here also you can see that AB parallel to DC. So here I'll write a PQ parallel to SR. One pair is parallel. Here AB parallel to DC. Then also we can say that it is a quadrilateral and one pair of opposite side parallel is the additional criteria. So it is called as a trapezium. Now in some cases what will happen, the opposite side, non-parallel sides AD and BC in this case can be equal. Sometimes it is equal, then that case it is called as a isosceles trapezium. Right? Here I am not telling that one, just explaining only. AD equal to BC, non-parallel sides are equal, then such type of the trapezium is called a isosceles trapezium only. So what is the definition of the trapezium? Says one pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral are parallel, then it is called a trapezium. Next, parallelogram. One additional criteria to be satisfied, one more pair of opposite sides should be parallel. So here if I am taking ABCD is a quadrilateral first, then I am marking that the first pair is parallel, and also if the second pair is also parallel, then we can call it as a parallelogram. What is the definition? Says two pair of opposite sides of the quadrilateral are parallel, then it is called a parallelogram. That means AB parallel to DC and also BC parallel to AD. Now you will think that opposite sides is equal and parallel for a parallelogram, but the definition when we are talking about the definition says this much only: two pair of opposite sides of the quadrilateral are parallel, then it is called a parallelogram. Later you will study the properties. In that properties the opposite sides are equal and all will come. Now rectangle. In lower classes we already studied that rectangle means opposite sides are equal and each angle is 90 degree. But when we are talking about a definition of a rectangle, it says that in a parallelogram, if one angle is 90 degree, then it is called a rectangle. So already it is a parallelogram. So what we can say that AB parallel to CD and BC parallel, AD parallel to BC, because it's a parallelogram only in which one angle is 90 degree. One angle means, let us mark angle A equal to 90. If it is 90, you know that parallelogram co-interior angles are supplementary. So if it is 90 means this also 90 only. Similarly, again BC is the another co-interior angles because these two sides are parallel, right? So anyway, you will get all the angles is 90 degrees. So one angle sufficient. One angle is 90 means we can show that the remaining angle also 90 degree only. So what is the definition of the rectangle? One angle of the parallelogram is 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. We will detail, we can solve this statement in a detailed way when we are doing the examples. Rhombus. Rhombus means, first of all, it is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means already four sides are there and opposite sides are equal and parallel. Then it is called a rhombus means all the four sides are equal. That means PQ equal to QR equal to RS equal to SP. All the four sides are equal in a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, what you can say about that one? PQ parallel to SR, By definition, QR parallel to PS. After this two pair of the opposite sides are parallel. Along with that, we can say that all the four sides are equal. Then what is the name we are telling that it is a rhombus. So definition says that in a parallelogram, all the four sides are equal. Then it is called a rhombus. Next is a square. Commonly you know that very well, all the four sides are equal and all the four angles are 90 degree. So definition says that in a parallelogram all the sides are equal. In a parallelogram all the four sides are equal and one angle is 90 degree. So then it is called a square. So we studied already about a rectangle definition, a parallelogram in which one angle is 90 degree. So what we can say, a rectangle in which all the four sides are equal, then we can call it as a square. So what is the meaning of this one? AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DA, and all the four angles, angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D equal to 90 degree. So the definition says that in a parallelogram all sides are equal and then one angle is 90 degree, or we can say that all angle is 90 degree, then it is called a square. A quadrilateral is called a kite when two pair of adjacent sides are equal. That means when we are taking adjacent side, AD equal to AB and similarly CD equal to BC. So two adjacent sides are equal, then we can call it as a kite only. So but at the same time you can see that AD not equal to CD, right? AB not equal to BC also. Two pair of adjacent sides are equal in a quadrilateral, then it is called a kite. Kite is not a parallelogram because opposite sides are equal and parallel property are not satisfying here. So two pair of opposite sides are equal in a quadrilateral, then it is called a kite. There are some points from the following definitions what we have discussed a little bit earlier. A square, rectangle and rhombus. Square, rectangle, rhombus all are parallelograms, or we can say that special parallelograms are only square, rectangle, rhombus. A square is a rectangle and also rhombus. Why? Because in square we know that all the angle is 90 degrees. So rectangle property satisfied. Rhombus all the sides are equal. So when we are saying that a square is a rectangle and a rhombus, but at the same time reverse way we cannot say a rhombus is a square, we cannot say. Additional criteria of all the angle 90 degree should be satisfied. Similarly rectangle, all the four sides are not equal. So rectangle is a square, we cannot say that, but at the same time a square is a rectangle because the property is satisfied. A parallelogram is a trapezium. It is true. A parallelogram is a trapezium means two pair of opposite side is parallel in a parallelogram, where a trapezium is only one side. So one pair of opposite side is already satisfied in the parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a trapezium. A kite is not a parallelogram. We are talking about a kite definition means we can say only this much. Adjacent sides are equal, right? We are not telling that any opposite pair is parallel and equal, so we cannot say that it is a parallelogram. A trapezium is not a parallelogram, definitely. Trapezium means only one pair is parallel, but parallelogram means two opposite pair must be parallel. So when only one pair is parallel, we cannot say that a trapezium is a parallelogram. Additional criteria of one more pair should be satisfied. A rectangle or a rhombus is not a square. So sure, rectangle means we can say that opposite sides are equal and angle is 90 degree. In a square means all the four sides are equal. So rectangle and square if you compare means the sides property is not satisfied in the rectangle, and rhombus means all the four sides are equal but angle not satisfied. What is the condition required for a square? All the angles should be 90 degree, but in a rhombus we cannot say that all the angles are 90 degree. So rectangle or a rhombus is not a square. Same thing only when we are talking about a square is having the most properties. So when we are saying the square is a rectangle and a rhombus we can say, but at the same time rhombus and the rectangle cannot be square also. So you know that this one because here more properties are satisfied in the square. So going going back is not possible. So with this today's class, I just dealt with what are the properties and the concept of angle sum property of the quadrilateral only, very little. You can go through that one because one after the other geometry portions are starting, so you feel little bit difficult. Also practice more. With this today's class, I am winding up. Thank you.